Today it's my pleasure to welcome you to Meridian Community College's Hall of Fame induction. I'm Dr. Tom Hubner, the proud president of Meridian Community College. You may have noticed that I'm not Dr. Hill, the person whose name is in the program. Although we could have modified the program before it went to print yesterday, we didn't. She's worked hard to make it happen. Trust me. Recognizing our treasured alumni at our annual Hall of Fame celebration is one of her very favorite things to do. And I can't tell you how many times in the last 2 days she sent me a note lamenting the fact that she's unable to be here. It truly breaks her heart. Each one of our inductees is meaningful to our college, but they're also special to her. Nonetheless, as many of you know, Leah is where she needs to be right now, at home with Adrian, her husband, who is in his final days, maybe hours, of a valiant fight against pancreatic cancer. Her foundation staff members have stepped up. And I'm not going to ask them to stand, but you can see them around, and they look like they're busy because they are. Brandy, Courtney, Teresa, JC, as well as many in our college communications team, to make this event special, and we're grateful. And I will do my best to behave and keep us on track. I'm confident she will watch this video as soon as it becomes available, and I certainly don't want to be in trouble. We're proud you have joined us today to help honor some of our most prestigious alumni and in some cases, our most loyal employees. These individuals have made a lasting impact on their communities, and their contributions have been nothing short of extraordinary. I would like to recognize some special guests we have here today. We have members of our board, our foundation board, and I think a few minutes ago, Marmion and I were trying to figure out which of our foundation board members were here. But we have a number of you, and we're grateful. We have a number of city and county officials, elected folks. I know we have them in various places, and we're grateful. And some of them aren't even in our city, but we're grateful for your presence today and for your support of the work we do. It means a lot to us. Your support is fundamentally important to us here at Meridian Community College, and we're thankful for you. MCC's Hall of Fame event is an exciting tradition. I call it a celebration. Taking the time to reflect on the achievements of those who have made significant contributions to our institution and community is so very important. It's also an opportunity to acknowledge the values and the culture of our institution, which has enabled these people to excel. I hope this tradition continues to inspire and motivate others to strive for excellence and to make a positive impact on the places they live and work. This is a very special annual celebration that honors 4 outstanding professionals associated with Meridian Community College as past students or instructors who have distinguished themselves in their chosen fields. The commitment of our inductees to their respective disciplines is undoubtedly one of the reasons for their success. Their dedication and hard work have enabled them to achieve their goals and positively impact the world. Today, we will also honor our fallen Eagles who have passed away within the last year. There are many in this particular calendar year, and the influence of those individuals, although they are no longer with us, continue to be felt by all of us, including students, former students, colleagues, who have been inspired by their dedication, commitment, and passion for their work. The tolling of the bells allows us to recognize these individuals and reminds us formally to acknowledge the importance of their work and to keep their memory alive. It is a way to honor their legacy and celebrate their achievements. Once again, I would like to congratulate our Hall of Fame inductees and remember our fallen Eagles. Your contributions to this college and the community are immeasurable, and we are honored to celebrate with you today. Thank you all for being here today. It's going to be a special day. It already is. And I'm going to introduce Joseph Knight, our Vice President for Workforce Solutions, who will share an invocation.
Thank you, Dr. Hubner. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you as our Creator and our Redeemer, asking for your blessings on this special occasion. Lord, we want to thank you for the opportunity that we have to celebrate the impact of these individuals, not just here at this college, but in this community and all of the lives that they have touched. Lord, we also want to recognize those who no longer dwell with us here on this earth. We ask that as we honor them today, that your peace, your comfort will continue to be with their families and their friends. And Lord, as we honor all of these wonderful people, may we also honor you and recognize you for who you are, Lord and Savior. Oh, how you love us. Lord, we ask all of these things in the precious name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. At this time, would you please rise as we welcome to the podium Mr. Christian McClellan as he leads us in our Pledge of Allegiance this afternoon. And following Christian, Peyton Alexander will come up and lead us as you remain standing for our national anthem. Christian?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good afternoon. My name is Michael Thompson, and I currently serve as Vice President for Academic Affairs. During this time, we always pause to remember the MCC family members we have lost during the past year. I've been fortunate to serve at MCC for a while now, and have had the privilege of presenting this part of the program for several years. Each year, there are more individuals on this list with whom I've had a personal relationship. Please join me in honoring their memory with a moment of silence and reflection. Elizabeth Libby Bowling Bounds. Mary Carlisle. Linda Cooper. Reverend John Wayne Edwards. David Giles. Vinny Gutierrez. Leslie Dean Matt Madison. Mona Pritchett. Mark Rainwater. Carol Robbins. Lynn Turner Smith. Elliott Street. Thank you.
Okay, just so we make sure we get this right, I'm going to read an introduction, then you come stand up here with me, and I'll hand you an award. Does that sound good? Sounds good. Because sometimes we've done this, and it's like, okay, come stand up here, then I read the whole introduction, and so we're just not going to do that. And Marmion made me promise that we weren't going to stand up here too long, so we're good. Look, this is fun. This is exciting to me because I don't know if you may know one of these people, you may know all of them. But if you just know one, you know how special that one is. And if you know all of them, you know how special they all are. And so what a privilege it is for me to be able to do this today and to be able to recognize these individuals who have had a lasting impact on this college. It's something that I'm very proud to do and very privileged to be a part of. And so I'm just excited about the chance to hand somebody a plaque, but really it's not about handing them a plaque. It's about recognizing their work on behalf of the work they did here at the college. So before I get really into this, y'all are wonderful. And we are blessed, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to do this today. Thank you. So I've said, and I've messed up my whole intro here, but it's a true privilege to stand here today as we honor some of the most inspiring individuals who have left a lasting impact on Meridian Community College and our community. These are people who remind us that success doesn't always follow a straight path. Sometimes it takes detours, challenges, and second chances to discover your true purpose. Today, I have the honor of introducing one of those individuals, someone whose story is about perseverance, passion, and a commitment to lifting up others. Please join me in recognizing our MCC Hall of Fame inductee, and stay there for a second, and Mr. James Carter. You can. Yes. This man is a celebrity, I promise. James's journey with Meridian Community College started, like many of ours, with high hopes and big dreams. But life, as it often does, threw him some curveballs. He left MCC before completing his degree, but importantly, that was only temporary. The story of James Carter is not about the challenges that forced him to step away. It's about the decision to come back. It's about the resilience to not let a setback define you. In 2016, James returned to MCC as a full-time, non-traditional student in our Business and Marketing Management Tech program. He wasn't just coming back for himself. He came back for his family, for his community, and for the young people who would one day look up to him and see what's possible. James has said his return to MCC was driven by his ambition to grow his business and better serve this community. And that's exactly what he's done and more. During his time here, he thrived. He made the dean's list, was named Outstanding Marketing Student, and earned his degree in 2017. But James didn't stop there. He took the skills and knowledge he gained here and used them as a foundation to build something bigger, something that would reach far beyond the walls of any classroom. He launched Worldwide LLC, a marketing and professional services company, offering everything from event planning to rental services. But perhaps most inspiring is his work through the Carter Foundation, the nonprofit he founded and now leads as executive director. The Carter Foundation serves youth in Meridian, Hattiesburg, and West Alabama, focusing on education, leadership, and community engagement. They provide tutoring, financial literacy programs, health and wellness initiatives, and the impact has been remarkable. The foundation boasts a 100% graduation rate among its participants. Let me say that again, 100% graduation rate. That's life-changing work. James often credits his success to the support and guidance he received here at MCC, particularly from Sandy Clark, who is sitting back there somewhere, waving at me now, coordinator of the Business and Marketing Management Tech program. He's spoken about her patience, her encouragement, and her ability to make learning not only accessible but enjoyable. And if you know Sandy, that describes her. In fact, her classes inspired him to give back even more. In 2023, James established the Carter Foundation Scholarship through the MCC Foundation, earmarked for students in the very program that helped him find his path. But James's impact doesn't stop there. He's taken on leadership roles throughout the community, serving as president of Magnolia Middle School's Parent, Teacher, and Advisory Organization, previously serving as vice president of the Wesley House Community Center and Mississippi Action for Progress. His work has earned him numerous awards, including the 2014 Community Man of the Year, the 2016 Meridian Top 20 Under 40, and 2023 Dr. Martin Luther King Grand Marshal. Through it all, James remains grounded in what matters most, his family. He and his wife, Misty, are raising two sons, Jamion and Jamaj. And James often says that his family, friends, and supporters are his biggest motivation, the fuel that keeps him going. When I think about James Carter's journey, the challenges, the comebacks, the dedication to serving others, I'm reminded of the incredible power of second chances. His story is a testament to what's possible when you refuse to give up, when you stay true to your purpose, and when you use your success to lift others. James once said, "I'm thankful to God for putting me in a position to help others. God made it possible." And today, we celebrate not only his success, but also the countless lives he's touched along the way. It's my great honor to induct James Carter into the Meridian Community College Hall of Fame. Now, let me get that.
How y'all doing? Again, how y'all doing? Okay, listen, y'all, I'm long-winded and I promise I won't talk because he just told me I got 2 minutes. But seriously, y'all, it's an honor and a pleasure. First of all, I want to thank God. Like I said, we got to always acknowledge God in everything we do. And through God and Christ, all things are possible. I won't get in. All this stuff is great stuff. This is really great stuff, but it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for God and my mom, my family, my friends, my organization, my members, people like all of y'all that believe in what we do. A little brief summary, through MCC, I tried fresh out of high school, 2000, came up, had setbacks, really wasn't focused, made a few mistakes in life, came back again, 2008, wasn't focused, came back again. My wife, man, it's just how MCC is rooted. She used to work in the mailroom. I worked in the cafeteria for Valley, just all of that, but just seeing here. But it took one day. It was an event that y'all did, and it was and I was up here and I was helping people, load up tables and stuff out there. And me and John, we were at I forget what it was. It was a resource fair, right? And I told John, I was like, man, one day I'm gonna be on that stage, And even with this blazer, when I bought this blazer years back, said, I'm gonna wear this to a Hall of Fame one day, But listen, y'all, I just wanna say this right here. Like they said, whatever you do, especially young people, have integrity, whatever it is. Whatever I went through in life, I always own it. Always own it. Whatever you do, you gotta be real with yourself, because at the end of the day, if you can't look at yourself in the mirror and be happy with yourself, you got to change some things up. Again, y'all, like I said, I won't be long with it. Thank y'all. Dr. Human, I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. I need to get one of those jackets. Wanda Sharp Dixon is another member of the class of 2025 Hall of Fame whose impact is felt deeply, even though she's no longer with us. Henrietta once said, "A teacher affects eternity. She can never tell where her influence stops." That quote has never felt more fitting than it does today. Wanda was the very definition of a dedicated educator, the kind who didn't just teach math, but taught students. She didn't just explain formulas or solve equations. She opened minds, built confidence, and helped students believe they could do hard things, even when it felt impossible. Wanda's journey with math started early. Growing up in Meridian, she graduated from Meridian High School with top honors and even received the school's mathematics awards. Numbers seemed to come naturally to her, and her academic excellence earned her an engineering scholarship to Mississippi State University. But as much as she loved math, her heart wasn't in engineering. It was in the classroom. She followed that passion and earned her bachelor's degree in mathematics from Mississippi State, graduating 5th in her class in 1960. From there, she pursued her master's degree at the University of Southern Mississippi and even completed coursework toward her doctorate at the University of Mississippi. Her teaching career spanned high schools and colleges across several states, but it was here at Meridian Community College where she left her deepest impact. For 25 years, Wanda taught math at MCC, and for much of that time, she served as the chair of the Mathematics and Science Division. She guided both students and faculty with a steady hand, a kind heart, and an unrelenting commitment to excellence. She was twice named MCC's Outstanding Teacher of the Year, an honor that reflected what so many already knew. Wanda Dixon was an extraordinary teacher. She even graded advanced placement exams for the National Science Foundation, helping shape math education on a national level. But if you asked her students or colleagues what made her special, it wasn't the awards, the accolades they'd talk about. It was her patience, her kindness, and her ability to make even the most complex math problems feel manageable. She had that rare gift of making students believe they could succeed even when they doubted themselves. She didn't just teach numbers, she taught resilience. And Wanda didn't stop learning outside the classroom either. She loved to travel, visited all 50 states and 14 countries, always bringing new perspectives and experiences back to share with her students. Her curiosity and passion for discovery were contagious. Perhaps one of the most inspiring parts of Wanda's story is her resilience. In 2002, she was diagnosed with kidney cancer. Doctors didn't expect her to live more than a year, but Wanda had other plans. She lived another 17 years, defying the odds with strength and grace, continuing to teach, travel, and inspire those around her. Her husband, Richard Dick Dixon, who was by her side for 63 years, once described her as a fearless woman. And anyone who knew her would agree. That fearlessness, that dedication, and that love for teaching are what we celebrate today. Even though Wanda passed away in January 2020, her legacy at MCC continues. Dick established a scholarship in her memory through the MCC Foundation, ensuring that future generations of students will benefit from her unwavering commitment to education. Wanda showed us what it means to dedicate your life to something bigger than yourself. She didn't just teach math, she taught life lessons. She showed resilience in the face of adversity, modeled the value of lifelong learning, and proved that a great teacher's influence truly never ends. Today, it's my deep honor to induct Wanda Sharp Dixon into the Meridian Community College Hall of Fame. Although she's not with us in person, her spirit, her legacy lives on in the students she taught, the colleagues she mentored, and the family who carries her love for education forward. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in celebrating the life and legacy of Wanda Sharp Dixon. This is Dick Dixon. You may.
She wasn't always involved in mathematics. We got 3 children, a whole bunch of grandchildren and great-grandchildren. I met her at Meridian High School in 1957. I noticed an outstanding black sweater that she filled out right well. And I went over to visit with her that afternoon or that evening. And so they were playing chess together, she and a couple of guys. I noticed she didn't have a king in her chess set. I asked what it was. She says, "Oh, they took that a long time ago." I said, "Well, you can't do that. You don't play chess without a king." She said, "Well, that's the way it goes. We're just having a good time." And they did. We just did some good things together. We had great times, great times. 63 years, we had some ups and downs, obviously. She had a sense of humor, very much so. And in our travels, we went out to Colorado one time with her family. And near Aspen, we picked up some rocks, Rocky Mountain rocks. We bought 450 pounds back of them from Colorado. And she did that. Well, we kept them here in Meridian for a little while. Then we were moved to Jackson area. Then I moved to the Greenville area. Well, we decided to leave them in Greenville. Now, if any of you are familiar with Greenville, which is a flat part of the country, they don't have rocks up there. I'm wondering what the archaeologists are going to say about finding those rocks in Greenville in a few years. So she also was a practical joker, I guess you might say, but she was pretty good at it. She did work with the National Science Foundation and a number of desktop computers that I don't know if they're still up there or not. Michael might know, but they're still up on the second floor in the computer lab if they're there. And she was instrumental in getting those into the city, into the school. She enjoyed computers and puzzles. Oh, she loved puzzles. Sudoku was one of these that she always worked on, so I could keep her busy by just giving her a Sudoku puzzle. So she didn't bother me after that. And so anyway, I've got a few folks here lining up this thing, and I'm proud of them. A lot of them are grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren. So we produced a pretty good family, and a couple of them have been going to school out here. One of them won her first award for her scholarship, and she's in the National Guard now. I don't know if she's here or not. They said she was going to be here, and I can't see her. Lana, are you here? Okay, she's not here. I really love the lady. I miss her now. So if I start bubbling right now, I'm sorry, but I love her. Thank you.
Thank you. Please join me in celebrating Marmion Loving Francis. Life, as we know, unfolds in chapters, and Marmion's story is one filled with moments that remind us of the beauty and perseverance and the joy in finding one's purpose. Marmion grew up in West Point, Mississippi, where her love for learning first took root. She began her college studies at the University of Mississippi, but like so many of us, life had its own plans. Marriage, family, and raising her three sons, Lee, Martin, and Jason, took center stage. For many years, she embraced the role of a housewife, pouring her energy into building a home in Meridian. But the pull of unfinished business, her education was always there, and one day she answered the call. She returned to college right here at MCC, starting with a summer world literature course taught by Dr. Joan Cunningham. That led to psychology with James Whitley, and then she took on the challenge of World Civilization 1 and 2 with Jimmy Evans. Courses she admits she dreaded, but because of the reading, but still managed to finish at the top of the class. That says something about Marmion. And if you know her, it says a lot about Marmion. With her credits from Ole Miss and MCC, she was close to finishing, but the big question remained, in what field? Well, she did what many of us might have done. She pestered Dr. Tommy McDonald, who is right here on the second row, until they found a way. And they did. The result, a degree in letters, a unique designation Marmion still believes she holds alone here at MCC. Walking across that stage in her cap and gown with her family and friends cheering her on was one of her proudest moments. It wasn't just about the diploma. It was about the journey, the perseverance, the late night studying, the commitment to finishing what she started. But Marmion's story with MCC didn't end there. It was only a beginning. She knew MCC was where she wanted to work, but the path to employment was not without its hurdles. After applying for at least 5 positions and facing rejection, the nerve, she almost gave up. But life, as it often does, had a different plan. A phone call from a neighbor, a bit of encouragement, a chance opportunity led her to a fill-in secretary role, one she practically arranged herself, including setting up interviews for the very job she ended up landing. That was in August of 1991. For nearly 33 years, Marmion dedicated herself to MCC. She worked behind the scenes, starting as an administrative assistant in institutional advancement, helping the college grow and thrive. She worked with 4 directors over the years, Ann Dowdle, Kathy Brookshire, Barbara Jones, and Dr. Leah Hill, supporting them, making their jobs easier, and ensuring the success of the foundation's work. She said, "I loved every day at MCC, especially the day I met Tom Hubner." No, she didn't. She didn't really say that. "I loved every day at MCC. I especially loved being in the background and giving all my energy to making the director's job easier. That humility, that dedication, it's exactly what makes her so special, because that's exactly what she did." Even after retiring in 2021, Marmion couldn't stay away for long. She came back part-time, helping with Lifetime Quest and continuing to contribute until her final retirement in July 2023. Marmion's story is a testament to the idea that success isn't just about titles or accolades. It's about passion. It's about finding something you love to do and giving it your all. She once said, finding something you love to do and you will never work a day in your life. And she lived that truth every day here at MCC. Marmion's journey from student to staff, from graduate to lifelong supporter, is one that embodies the very spirit of Meridian Community College. Her heart, dedication, and love for this place have left an indelible mark. And so today it is my honor and truly my joy to officially induct Marmion Loving Francis into the Meridian Community College Foundation's Hall of Fame. Marmion, thank you for your years of service, your unwavering commitment, and for showing all of us what it means to truly find your wings at MCC. Put this right here. Don't you forget it.
Thank you. Ooh, thank you, Dr. Hubner, and Dr. Hill, who's not here. We miss her. Thank you to the Meridian Community College Foundation. I'm honored to be asked to join this very special group, most of whom I've known and others I've been privileged to know. Being an alum of MCC is one of the proudest accomplishments in my life, along with my 3 sons. Lee, where are you? He's supposed to be stabilizing me. Lee, who's with me, Martin and Jason, and they have created beautiful families of their own. Would you all please stand? All of you. Come on. Come on. Okay. It's hard to condense when being an alum of, it's hard to condense 30 years into the length of time that I can stand, so this will be brief. My life at MCC has been more important to me than mere words can convey. I worked for and with 4 very talented and gifted professionals who were all goal-oriented. Of course, Ann Dowdle was the first director, and she taught me the job. Kathy Brookshire always said that I taught her the job, and Barbara Jones was glad I knew the job. Then Leah Hill came into the job like gangbusters and recreated the job. I loved working for them all. There's no doubt I was made to be in the back of the room critiquing what was going on up front. I love you too. Okay. Okay, thank you, dear. All right here. All of my supervisors trusted me to be and to do what was in their best interests. That was quite an accomplishment and quite a compliment. The cohesiveness of the campus community is hard to describe. We all depend on each other. Our jobs connect us by a mutual goal. Every day at work was a joy to me. A great part of that joy came from the MCC Foundation office family. To work with such youth, beauty, and talent was inspiring and downright fun. I love each one of you. You may not even be in here. Okay. Diane's here. Oh, thank you again for this very, very special recognition. Thank you, Dr. Sheehan. Ooh, I'm shaking. No, I didn't.
Never think I'm gonna get choked up at these things, but here I am. It is. Some special people. Last but not least, among these distinguished honorees is someone whose story reminds us of the profound impact one person can have when they answer a simple call. In 1964, Alice Wilson James received an unexpected phone call from Dr. Bill Skaggs, the president of what was then Meridian Junior College. The school was growing faster than anyone had anticipated, and they needed a math instructor urgently. Alice, with her characteristic grace and sense of duty, agreed to help out, thinking she'd teach a few algebra classes just temporarily. Well, as it turns out, some of the most meaningful journeys in life start with an unplanned step forward. That temporary task became a 30-year career, 3 decades of inspiring minds, shaping futures, and building a community within the walls of this college. Alice didn't just teach math and accounting, she taught perseverance, critical thinking, and the value of hard work. Her classrooms weren't just about numbers, they were about unlocking potential. Hundreds of students each semester walked through her door, and thanks to Alice's guidance, they walked out with more than accounting principles and formulas. They left with confidence, knowledge, and the understanding that, I want you to hear this, that someone believed in them. Her accolades, MCC Teacher of the Year, MCC of the Month, TJ Harris Award, and recognition through Headway, only scratched the surface of her contributions. But if you ask Alice what meant the most to her, it wasn't the awards or even the accolades. It was the moments when she saw a student finally get it, when a concept clicked, or when a struggling student found their footing. Alice said, "I don't call it work. I have a calling," and it shows. But her calling didn't stop in the classroom. She led with heart and conviction, serving as chairman of the Faculty Senate, president of the Faculty Association, and deeply involving herself in the community, from the PTA to the Junior Auxiliary to a Delta Kappa Gamma. Her church family at the Church of the Mediator also felt her dedication as she served on the vestry, taught Sunday school, and managed the church's finances for 3 decades. Even after her retirement, Alice's legacy continued. The Austin and Alice James Accounting Scholarship stands as a testament to her late husband, Austin's lifelong dedication to service, supporting future students, just as she had for so many years. Through all of this, Alice's guiding principle was never about personal recognition. She measured her success by the positive outcomes she helped others achieve. That, in my opinion, is the true heart of an educator. Alice, your story is a reminder to all of us that sometimes the most powerful impacts come not from grand gestures, but from consistent, quiet dedication, the kind that changes lives day after day, year after year. Today, it's our honor to recognize that legacy by inducting you into the Meridian Community College Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming and congratulating Alice Wilson James.
You got it? Yeah, I got it. Well, I think I ought to stop right now. But I thank you for your gracious and very generous comments. I never thought I would stand on this stage again, but here I am this day, and I'm glad to be here with James and Dick and Brian, and I will always view this occasion, yeah, I'm a little shorter. Okay, I will remember it and cherish it forever. And joining the ranks of all the exceptional individuals who have been recognized previously is very exciting. Now, they asked me to say something about my route here. I think you've gotten a general, and I may be repeating myself. But my students never accused me of being of lots of words. So I have some words to read. I was not born in Meridian, but I grew up in the Delta at Cleveland, Mississippi, graduated from high school there, and then I enrolled in Mississippi State College for Women, the W, and finished in 3 years by attending summer school at Ole Miss. That was a fortunate decision on my part because I met my husband-to-be in an economics class at 8 o'clock in one of those summer classes. After I graduated from college, I did teach 1 year, then Austin and I got married. We had progressed from friends to the stage where we wanted to spend the rest of our lives together. I taught worked in accounting for a number of years as Austin's company moved us from Jackson to Natchez to Macomb, back to Jackson, and then to Meridian. When we were in Meridian for a couple of years, we realized this was the place we wanted to raise our children, our son Steve and our daughter Lynn. And that was a decision that proved to be very, very worthwhile for us because Austin and I were both offered opportunities that led to rewarding careers in this town. I became a stay-at-home mom. I enjoyed working with my church. I enjoyed working in the PTA, Poplar Springs, where children went to school. I got involved in a number of organizations, but I really enjoyed the time I had with my children and their friends. Let me say this, we lived on a street that was a dead end with a cul-de-sac. We had 28 children on that street. So whoever house they ended up with, that was the mama that had to watch it. So I got a lot of experience there. And Steve and I have talked frequently about the fun they had in that location. But after I had been, after the children got in school, I thought, I like my life. I don't really want to do anything different. But as you mentioned, I got a call. Dr. Skaggs called me and he said, I heard you teach math, or rather taught math. I said, well, I taught math, taught business. He said, could you help us out? We've got this large enrollment. I thought, well, that's intriguing. I think I'll try it. 1 year, I'll try it. So I came out, no interviews, no resumes, just come on out. So out I came. Little did I realize that I'd be here for 30 years with a job that I thought was the most wonderful thing that could have ever been offered me. But after a while, they got to the point where we were just too crowded. I was in any classroom we could find, a person, books were on any desk we could find. In fact, 1 year, I shared a desk with another part-time teacher in the back of the science lab. So when the Smith building was built, ultimately, it did relieve a lot of our problems. I want to say that how I got into accounting was because business took our accounting instructor. And they were taking all of the accounting teachers and the accounting majors that they could get, and there was nobody that was applying here. So Dr. Skaggs and Dr. Roberts, who was, he was Dean of Instruction at that, and they happened to look at my transcript and saw I'd taken all these accounting classes at the W. And they said, could you just fill in for a year? To say I was a last-minute desperate choice is an understatement. Because we were all not aware the fact that I needed a master's degree, just do it. But after I had taught most of that year, the die was cast. I knew my calling. So I went to Dr. Skaggs and Dr. Roberts and I said, would you allow me to keep teaching accounting if I go and get my master's degree? Well, they again knew the story of trying to recruit somebody and said, okay. So I started with night classes and summer classes, and my family, it was a tough time for them because they had to give up a lot of time that I would have spent with them when I was traveling to Southern, when I was in classes, when I was studying. But they gave me that time and that support to meet my objective. In fact, they supported me when I took 33 more hours at state. Now, believe me, I won't say there was no complaining, but we made it through, and I appreciated very much what they had done to help me get to that point. Now, I want to say that, let me get my little notes, that at this point, I'd like to say something about my husband. Everybody that knew Austin respected him for his integrity and his knowledge. They valued his opinions and they valued his friendship. But there was nobody that could touch my opinion of him. He was, to me, my supporter, my encourager, and he, in addition to his love, he was my head cheerleader, and he was my best friend. So he was the one that really gave me the strength and the purpose in my life. And I can't say much for anything more than it was, I thrived. I thrived to the extent that I stayed healthy. And I'm gonna give you a statistic that you'll find hard to believe. But in the 30 years I taught out here, I missed one day due to illness. Now, believe me, there were some nights I said, get past it. Or I scheduled things for summer and whatever. But I wanted to be in that classroom. That's where I felt that was my love. That's where I wanted to be. And so it was in my best interest to stay well. Now, I want to also say something about the college. When I became a full-time faculty member, I realized the community that I was joining. It was a group of the most dedicated, supportive, intelligent individuals you could find at any educational institution. They gave me the strength, the purpose to become the teacher I wanted to become. And I did feel I was a teacher. That was my primary goal, to teach. I also wanted my students not only to achieve academic success, but I wanted them to learn how to use their brains, use thinking skills. I wanted them to feel comfortable in making decisions. I wanted to give them self-esteem. And I feel like that I achieved my purpose in many instances, and it made me really feel like it was all worthwhile. Now, after there's some individuals that there are a lot of individuals that I would like to say something about, but primarily Dr. Bill Skaggs was the person that I most admired. He was a visionary, and through his hard work and through his dedication, he brought the college, set the stage for the college as it is today. And I'm always amazed when I come hear about something, how much the college has expanded, how much the programs have expanded and added to, and it is an amazing venture. This man and Dr. Skaggs have carried us through. Now, the college was a great place to teach, and I'm not the only one that says this. You may have read in the paper that for the last 2 years, the faculty and staff here have evaluated this college, and they've been named a college that's a good place to work. It's national recognition. So, as I said, it was a wonderful place to work, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, as you mentioned, after I retired, and I retired in 1994, I did come back briefly when the accounting instructor quit on them 1 year, and I had to fill in some. But then I took up the church's efforts, and I was treasurer there for 30 years. I want to say this about Dr. Skaggs. He had a way of convincing you to do something you didn't have any intention of doing. One time, he talked me into being the chairman of the faculty division of a major fundraising for this college. I didn't even like to sell raffle tickets. So it was going to be a real effort to me to tell the faculty members, you need to pledge. But the result of that was not so much to raise money for buildings, it was to enhance the faculty and the staff and the students to expand on their ability to do things, awards, recognition, travel things. It was to give us some more, a broader base from which to work. So I felt, well, I'll do that. We were very successful, and I think we still got some of that war chest. But anyway, I loved it. I loved everything I did out here. Now I want to say, finally, and I'm getting through, I appreciate my family and friends being here with me today. It means an awful lot to me. They're all sitting there in a row. Yeah, and there's some church members and some bridge players, and thank you all, thank you all. But I thank the foundation and everyone who's involved in this event for honoring my contribution to this institution and giving me the chance to say thank you to all the individuals who have impacted my life in such a powerful way and who forever have my devotion and respect. You may have read the quotation, if you want to be happy for a year, win the lottery. If you want to be happy for life, love what you do. And I absolutely loved being a teacher at MCC.
Thank you so much. I think Peyton's going to come sing, but just give me a second. I mean, I can't help but hear the stories, some of them dating back a long time, and I can't help but think that different time, different context, but the same message persists today. And I'm thinking of our faculty members, many of whom are sitting up there, staff members that I see throughout, who dedicate themselves to that same vision and that same mission. And it didn't matter whether it's back then or today, there's a thread that persists all the way through that makes this institution a special place. Thank you for reminding me, all of you, for your contributions and the value, but really for what we do and who we are as a college. That means a lot. Y'all getting ready to hear a young lady sing the alma mater. She sang the national anthem a little bit ago, and those are formal songs. But I want to tell you, She can sing. Peyton, you got it.
If you are able, will you please stand and join me in singing the alma mater? The words are in the back of your program. Come one, come all you scholars bold, arrive with dreams that will unfold the scholars' time to seek and learn. For MCC, the lamps must burn, burning bright, burning bright. Keep these flames of burnished light, burning bright, building up our future's might. Come one, come all, from village small, from town and cities bold and tall. The lamps are lit at MCC to beckon onward you and me.
Okay, so we have a reception. You are all welcome to join us. I was supposed to be out in the PTK courtyard, but we thought it was too cold. So if you want to go hang out in the PTK courtyard, you're welcome to do that. There's food outside, down the hallway, kind of like our fine arts hallway. And then you certainly can expand into, we've got places to sit in the art gallery as well. So thank you all for being a part of this. It's a special day, and these are special people. So thank you all for your support and for being here.